Hi, everybody. We're back with Olga Zakinova. Hi, everybody. We're back with Olga Zakinova, an associate real estate broker at Douglas Elliman. And here at Alpha Insider, we'll bring you different experts in different fields. And for real estate, we'll bring Olga Zakinova. Olga, welcome back to our podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Olga, we talked a lot about market conditions, what makes a successful real estate broker, what should sellers do to prepare their homes to get top dollar, and you can watch all that in our prior videos on the YouTube, our Facebook pages, on mine, on Alpha Insider, on Olga Zakinova's resources. Today I want to talk about buyers. If you're a buyer, you're looking for a home, especially first-time buyer, you have to put some effort so that you are taken seriously, so that you are prepared, and you're going to make your life easier, you're going to make the seller's life easier, and all the professionals involved, the real estate broker, the mortgage broker, and the attorney.
Yes.
So today, I want Olga to educate us, because she has seen it all in her years of experience. What should buyer prepare in order that their offer stands out, that their offer is taken seriously?
Yes. Well, Michael,
What is
thank
yours,
you very
Olga?
much. Thank you. So thank you for bringing this subject up. And I'm very happy that we came to an agreement that this is a very important subject that we need to cover during today's recording. So let's start from the very beginning. No one wakes up in the morning and says, hey, I want to buy real estate, right? I mean, a real estate just not a commodity that people just wake up one day and say, I'm going to go and buy real estate.
Yeah, it's a serious decision.
Exactly. In order for you to buy real estate, my belief is that it's a goal. It's a goal that you set for yourself, for your family, that you are going towards to achieving for quite some time.
Right.
It takes people years to save money. It takes people years to build a good credit.
Right.
It takes people years to come up with savings. And it takes people years to really get to the point where they start feeling, right? It's not just like you walk in, you see the first one you like, and you could put an offer and buy it.
Right.
I think walls and location and homes are talking to us, right? Like when you walk into something,
right,
whether it's a house, whether it's apartment, whether it's anything, right? You feel with your gut, is it something that you could call your own, right? And so my point is that buyers really working so hard for quite some time to get to that level, to get to this point. 90% out of 100, when they call us, the brokers, through Zillow, through real estate magazines, through anything they find online, I would say probably they are almost 50% prepared to execute their plan into action.
Right.
It is our job to kind of like guide them and execute the process so we could get to the point of the excitement where we could give them the keys and say, hey, now you achieved your American dream and now you could
That's
own
the best moment.
It is the most, in my opinion, like we go through a lot of ups and downs throughout the process. But to me personally, this is the most rewarding moment where at the closing table,
it all comes together, huh?
Exactly. When you get to say that, you know what, this is now the place I call a home.
Right.
And not everyone is blessed and able to accomplish that, right?
So what, besides the blessing, what should the buyer need to
I'm
get
going
to
to get to the points of it, right? So the number one and the most important thing when people reach out to us, we guide them into a pre-approval process. If you have your own mortgage people to get your pre-approval with, wonderful. If you don't, we are always welcoming you to refer you to our preferred vendors, which is different types of banks that we recommend. And you speak to them and they get you the pre-approval letter based on your documents that you have ready and providing to them. Has to be all legitimate documents. Mortgage brokers dive into the details and they really need to understand what is it that you're buying. Are you buying a house or are you buying a co-op? Because remember, qualifications are very different, all right? You could buy a house maybe with 3 to 5% down payment in many cases, co-ops that would not even be open for entertainment.
You know, Olga, it's such an important topic that we're going to have with you a separate session just
Yes.
on buying co-ops. What goes
Exactly.
into it? What are the pitfalls? What are the benefits? The
Yes.
best approach. But we're
Yes.
going to keep it, we're going to save it for next time.
Right. So now we are talking about also the DTI, the debt to income ratio. There is certain percentage of your income that really has to be spent on your housing expenses.
Okay.
Right. This is how we eliminate. This is how we keep you away from trouble. I will tell you the truth, Michael. I will tell you this. Within my 20 years of selling real estate career, I don't have one single buyer ever call me and say, Olga, I can't afford my home. I'm in trouble. I'm in foreclosure.
That's
I
amazing.
need help. None. Zero. Why is that? Because when we sit down with our clients, we're going through all the importance of what is it that they need to do to prepare to buy a home. And I will tell you the truth, Michael, sometimes people walk into my office and I tell them, guys, I'm sorry, you need to really go put your stuff together.
You think you can afford it, but actually either you can't or you can't prove that you can afford it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So
it's amazing how many hats you have to wear. Not only have to know real estate, but you also have to know what the mortgage broker does, what the lender does, and their requirements. So really, I take my hat off for you.
Thank you. So then it goes back into credit, right? Your credit is the most significant part of your journey.
Okay.
Why? Because every single banking institution, before they're lending you money, the first thing they look at your credit history. Your credit history is a pure showcase of your pattern of financial behavior. Right. How do you manage your money? Michael, I have clients that make $50,000 and they have over $200,000 to $300,000 to $400,000 in reserves because they are very, very particular how they spend their money. And I have clients that make $200,000, $300,000 and they have zero to their name. Wow. So it is very important to understand the pattern of clients' behavior. Right. Because if client knows how to manage $1, they'll know how to manage 10 and 100 and a million. Yeah. But if you don't know how to manage $1, if I'll give you $1 million now, you'll blow it all up.
Yeah, and so, the banks, when they give mortgages, they want to be sure that they get their money back at some point.
Credit worthy.
Yeah.
Banks want to make sure you're credit worthy.
Exactly.
And so the next point is your resources, right? And your reserves. So reserves, when we talk about reserves, we take into consideration pretty much everything that has to do to your name. Okay. Whether you have any previous real estate that you could use as an investment, as a cash flow that's accumulating into your portfolio and your day-to-day income, okay? And or if there is any other savings, like let's say 401k plan, or you have any bonds, or you have any stocks.
Basically, if you're liquid or you're not liquid, what are your assets?
Absolutely. So we're looking at pre-approval, we're looking at DTI, we're looking at income, we're looking at credit, and we're looking at your reserves. If you have all of this combined together, that's looking more or less 100%, right? Then when you can start, getting on the road and looking at homes. Anything prior to that is preparation.
Now, this has to do more with your finances, the financial aspect of buying a home.
Yes.
What about having your attorney or an attorney on board that you could immediately consult in case you have an offer that's accepted? Because in New York, you have to have an attorney to buy a home. In other states, sometimes you don't. Sometimes title company does all the work. But in New York State, you better have an attorney. So can you tell us the benefits of having your own attorney and have an attorney on standby?
Yes. Well, Michael, remember, it's my dream to one day operate in such a way that Florida state does not have attorneys, okay, where I could pretty much control the whole show, because I feel that I am so into like details, right? And I feel like sometimes attorneys come into the picture where they just blow business up, right? And they just don't have the same vision as their clients or as the brokers do. It is very important when you start your process of pre-approval also to ask around your friends and family if they know of any good experiences with good attorneys.
Right.
If they do, keep in mind, it has to be a real estate attorney. It cannot be an attorney who is dealing with divorces and sits in courts all day and deals with all kinds of different litigations. When people come to us to buy the property, we really always tell them, please make sure that the attorney you're dealing with, who will be representing your transaction, it's an attorney who strictly is a real estate attorney, who knows
Yes.
everything about legality of that contract.
Yes, that is a great advice, because I've seen people bring attorneys that do personal injury into a closing, they're completely lost. But I just want to add one more thing, and I think you're going to agree with me. It's best to always use an attorney that is local to the
Yes.
real estate, because that attorney knows the players, the other,
Yes.
he may know the other attorney, the attorney for the bank, the real estate brokers. So
Yes.
there's already a relationship and people can
Yes.
work out
Yes.
any differences.
Absolutely. So Michael, keep in mind that when I deal with my co-ops, right, and I have a lot of examples, a lot of attorneys that we continuously work together with, they have relationship with bank attorneys, with co-op attorneys. They know the
Yep.
people, they know the insights, they know the outs. And I always recommend my clients, look, I'm not pushing you in that direction. I'm giving you that choice. I'm giving you 2, 3 different names. You speak with them and you see who you feel connected with.
Exactly.
And then you make a choice who you
Yep.
want to be represented by.
Okay, you know what? I think I want to have a whole session on this at some point about dealing with real estate attorneys, because I just know of so many horror stories where your attorney becomes your worst enemy.
Yes, absolutely.
And they blow up a deal over nothing because of their own ego, incompetence, or just they don't care. So we're going to have a whole session on that.
Yeah.
It may be a little bit controversial, but guess what? We don't
It's,
shy away. We don't shy away from controversial topics.
no, we definitely not. But
We'll
this
get
is
into
what
it. We'll get into it.
We'll get into it, but this is how I want to end this. Everyone's mood is reflecting their actions and behavior throughout the day. And a lot of times we face that with attorneys. If they didn't have a good morning, if they didn't start off their day right, it shows on paper, it shows on their negotiations, it shows on the contract.
Right.
So we always want to make sure we have someone who is very mentally balanced and someone who is really relational and not transactional.
Exactly. And who is a lawyer and not a liar.
Exactly.
Okay, Olga, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, your advice. This is why we bring you on, because you are our real estate guru.
Thank you.
And if anybody wants to take advantage of Olga's knowledge, Olga's abilities in real estate market, the phone number of Olga Zakinova and her team is on the bottom of the screen. You can always call and get some free advice, or have Olga show you around and find for you a perfect home, or make sure you get top dollar for your existing home. Olga, thank you so much. Have a great day, and you bet we're going to see you next time.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.